でも、どうしてそんなこと言い切れるの?
Well, you see, I explained while we walk. Before I know it, we're at the front of the we're at the front entrance of the academy. I assume the culprit might still be around, but that doesn't seem to be anyone but Yune and myself, so I head straight to the scene. That's when I see it. Huh? The same graffiti that was left every single time before is still fresh on the wall. The colorful and vibrant mural is right in front of me. The colorful and vibrant mural in front of me lives up to my expectations.
そう、この模様。私が前に見たのは、何ヶ月か前なんだけど。
Yeah, but like, are you gonna show me?
こんなんだった。
Oh, sorry, I talked over you. Yune cries out excitedly as soon as she spots the mural on the wall. It's exactly the same as the one she saw before.
でもすごいね。シュウの言った通り、本当にあった。なんでわかったの?
Oops.
シュウ?
As for me, I froze as soon as I saw the graffiti on the wall. I mean, I knew it had importance, right? But like, let me see it! I can't make sense of what I'm seeing. Like, my brain refuses to process it. Unsure what to say, I simply stand there, completely dumbfounded. The mural everyone was talking about. This is the one?
おーい、シュウ?
Yune calls my name, which snaps me back to reality. I cry out in alarm, almost reflexively, as if struck by some urge I can't resist. No, this is wrong. Yune, I mean, look at it.
違うって、何のこと?
What's not wrong? It's so obvious. All I could do is point at the wall, wide-eyed with shock. There's absolutely no way this can be the same mural I've heard so much about. What it says is real. This isn't just some scribble on the wall. I can't read it. I'm the fucking Japanese. Fuck you. You know what? That's why they didn't show me. Because I can't fucking read it. It doesn't... The words written on the side of the school. It might be graffiti, but it's not a simple picture or a design. It's a prophetic warning of the Christmas massacre. How could anyone refer to what's written here as graffiti? Maybe the design changed this time around. No, that's ridiculous. The date and the time match up exactly to every previous occurrence. So then, what does it mean? Was this exact same prophetic warning? Was this exact same prophetic warning appeared every time? As this? You mentioned this was the 8th incident, so a piece of this magnitude was left all around the town 8 times and no one talked about it?
すみません。授業の途中ですが、少し外に出てきます。
Okay, that just brings up more fucking questions. Fuck you, man.
まさかリリー先生、消しに行くんですか? 行っちまった。公演なら別にリリー先生がやんなくていいだろうに。
Is fucking Leela the one writing the shit?
真面目だからね、リリー先生。
Is it really that bad that she needs to take care of it right away?
そんなことないと思うけど。
I mean, you know, we've been asking this entire time who the muralist is, right? But the only thing that, look, at least it at least it narrows the suspects, the amount of suspects, right? Before it could have been anyone, and now it can only be like a handful of people. Excluding Yune and Shu, obviously. So then, like, is it Sakuya? Or, like... is it Sakuya? I mean, that's, like, the obvious answer, right? Because she also... There were two murals in the common route, and Sakuya was the one who spotted the second one, right? God damn it. My mic didn't pick up my sigh. Also, this music is banging. To take it back, I remember how unusually flustered Sister Lily seemed on the 18th before running out. Perhaps because she knew how problematic it might be if someone accidentally saw it. And that's why she left in the middle of class to make sure no one did. No, there's clearly more to it than that. Both Yune and Yuji told me they'd seen the graffiti before on separate occasions. Removing the graffiti reduces the amount of exposure, but doesn't solve the problem. Which means folks have seen the scene around town and chose not to believe it. No, that's pretty ridiculous. There's a much bigger, more profound issue here that I'm purposefully overlooking, which is...
Sure.
Wait, yeah, which is... Sorry, what?
シュの言う本当のことってどういうこと？
Exactly what I said. Words written here spell out exactly what's going to happen. Okay, thank you. December 25th, the apocalypse is coming, the city is doomed, everyone run, open the center of the world. And the center of the world would probably be fucking the museum or whatever. Maybe. It seems so obvious. It seems so obvious to me. I'm not sure what else needs to be said. With the truth written in glorious detail, right in front of us, I'm not sure what other explanation is necessary. And yet, despite all that, you don't believe it, do you? I ask her, seeing the expression of blatant bewilderment on her face. Her reaction is far more wishy-washy than I thought it might be.
シュのことは信じられるよ。でも言ってる意味がちょっとわかんないっていうか。
What I'm saying? But I mean, the words are literally written on the wall. Yune turns back to the graffiti characters, studying them seriously. Still, her expression stays the same. Read it. If you just read what's written here...
読めば?
Oh, yes, that's what I was... That was what I was expecting, right? Oh, as soon as Shu said to read it, I was like, oh, they can't read fucking kanji on Japanese, right? Something like that.
読むって何?
What's going on? What is this feeling of disconnect? Not just now either. The same feeling has plagued me off and on this entire time. That feeling when what you view as common sense is seen otherwise by everyone else. When a cog in the machine is slightly off. Is it me? Am I the one who made such a fatal error? I can't for the life of me figure out why I feel like something's terribly wrong. Remember, what's wrong with the situation? Hello, Meow. Totally not going in the dark to the slavery. No, totally not. But good stream. I wish before I get nabbed somewhere. Don't be a stranger. Thanks, Meow. What's wrong with the situation? I think I already read that. Where's the real hidden pitfall here?
あの壁画は絵っつうより模様だからな。よくわかんねえ。
Yeah, that's the thing. He doesn't see it as words. Oh.
えっつうか、なんか意味わからん模様だった。確かにカラフルではあったけど。
No one does.
いいえ、ただの奇妙な模様にしか見えませんでした。あまり芸術とは言えないかと。
Here's the thing. Oh, I should have realized, right? Earlier than this revelation that they can't read, I should have realized from these descriptions. That means the only person, yeah. It's not Sakuya. Unless it is Sakuya, and she's just feigning ignorance, right? It has to be someone from the outside world. And Sister Lily knows exactly what it's saying. Right? Oh, of course it's tying to Sister. Of course it ties to Sister Lily. Of course it does. Okay. Shu was a teacher at St. Aria Academy. He was from the outside world. Doesn't that imply that there are other teachers in this school that are from the outside world? Dexter, why haven't you deleted this? Why haven't you banned this guy off the face of the Twitch chat yet? Fuck, where's my fuck out of here. God damn it. You know.
そうそう、この模様。私が前に見たのは、何ヶ月か前なんだけど、あの時もこんなんだった。
Don't unban him just to ban him again, man. A feeling of unease over everyone's description of the mural only intensifies. They described it as a pattern. Don't tell me. Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. You could have just you could have also said not even, right? No, well, okay. The currency makes sense. You don't usually see words on, well, you don't see words on coins, I guess. Sometimes you do. It's not necessary. So that makes sense. Why you... This does not matter. Why are you showing me shirtless Guido like this is going to change anything? No shit, there's no words on chess pieces. There never was any. Not here. What do you mean, not here? Not here. Okay, he's cooked. Why are you showing me these CGs? It is just a bot, it is fine. Yeah, but it's the problem of it's view botters. People advertising it. Not here. What are you doing, Shu? If they just don't exist. If they don't exist anywhere. What the fuck is going on? Aha! I get it now. The people of this town... Whoa! Why are you showing panties? You can't read! I'm finally able to place the strange feeling that's been haunting me ever since I arrived here in town. Hiragana, katakana, kanji, not even numbers or the English alphabet. Yeah, that is weird. There aren't numbers, right? They can't even count. That's... Thinking back, I realize I've never seen any sort of written communication here in town. And that's why they don't have phones. On top of that...
黒いボタンが電源だから、まずそれ入れて、緑のランプが点灯したら再生ボタンを押せばいい。
Kitchink. Aha, I see now. Triangle is play, and square is stop. Just like on a remote control.
週の指紋と正門を登録して、部屋に入れるようにするの。
Why can't I just use a key?
セキュリティの問題もあるだろう。なくさない指紋の方が安心だ。
ククただいま11月28日水曜日
God, I fucking love this, man. Once again, recontextualize literally everything in this game. The fact that no one can read, so that everything in this world has to, what's the word? God damn it. Compensate for the fact that they can't read. So even the doors don't have room numbers on them, so that the only way you can figure out if this is your room is if the fingerprint on it works. The clocks in the town don't have any numbers on it, so the only ones that work literally have to tell you the time. The only thing they can do is understand Japanese on an oral level. God, I love this game. It can talk.
この子がいつでも日付と時間を教えてくれるの。これの意味はわかるでしょうか？
All cameras are prohibited, right?
はい。回廊内は撮影禁止なんです。それに強いフラッシュも。
Does that mean every teacher's from the outside world? Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense. If that was the case, then people would be able to read. Why the fuck was Shu a teacher then? Oh, holy shit. Stop giving me questions! God damn it. I mean, like, it's more like, this was already a question. That what is wrong with my model? This was already a question that needed to be asked, right? Why is Shu as an outsider a teacher in this school? But now it needs to be asked more, because if Shu... No, wait. Oh, it ties into the fact that he's an outsider. No, because he still knows how to read. What the fuck is going on, man? Devices you can operate without written words. A locking mechanism that doesn't require a written password. A clock that tells the date and time without needing the calendar. Rules that are depicted with art and not words. That explains why being able to read and analyze art is so highly valued here.
そうですね。例えばですが、一人の赤ん坊を頭に思い浮かべてください。そのままなら、おそらくただの赤ん坊のままですが。
That's why the color of your attribute is so important.
その赤ん坊が弓矢を持っていたとしたらどうでしょう。
I suddenly remember something Sister Lily told me. The first art-related lingo I learned upon waking up here. an object within an art piece that provides meaning to the subject. A rule that lets anyone understand the subject matter, even those who can't read. An attribute. That's why this town values art, values pictures above all else. But like,
シュウ
why are her panties in this shot, man? There was no reason for that. I get it now. Everything's crystal clear, Yune. I understand why Yune, along with everyone else, views these words as a nonsensical pattern. It's a response unique to the town's very specific philosophy. Unable to recognize the writing for what it is, it becomes nothing more than indecipherable images. This revelation solves the mystery of why I felt so uncomfortable for seemingly no reason. I would have never figured that out. That's why no one talks about what's written here, because no one can read it. They're a non-literate society without a written language. As such, they value the arts incredibly highly, to an unnatural degree. And the reason why I never noticed is due to the complete lack of any sort of written language, alphabet or numeral system. I never even took notes in class. I didn't recognize this as the cause of my discomfort because there was no trigger. I've never seen anyone's name written down ever. Names written down. Everyone included Yune, Yuji, Kirie, and Sakuya told me their names. The side effects from Muse only added to my confusion. To put it simply, Yune, what you see written on the wall here is Japanese.
日本語言葉が書かれてるってこと
It goes without saying that the language I use to communicate with Yune is unmistakably Japanese. Despite being completely illiterate, her proficiency in spoken Japanese is still above average. That's right. Each character here has a corresponding sound and meaning. What you see here is a mix of hiragana, katakana, and kanji, also numbers. I offer a brief description of the characters.
へえ、すごい。じゃあ、かぼちゃの絵を描かなくても、かぼちゃって表現できるってこと
You can just you don't need to know how to write to depict a pumpkin without drawing it. You can just describe what a pumpkin looks like. In short, yes, it's like an attribute of sorts. Each specific character means a very specific thing. Or are you talking about the word pumpkin?
それって、シュウが考えたの
Not at all. Far from it. Writing systems have been passed down for generations. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined being able to carry on a conversation with someone totally illiterate. I mean, it's not that it's not that fast, stretched. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. Thinking back though, none of the art pieces have written titles, and there are no blackboards. They've gone to a lot of trouble to completely eliminate written language from their society. So this is what's been bugging me from day one about this town. Something this widespread and deliberate goes far beyond the influence of the town. The town didn't evolve to no longer need the written language. The truth seems to be that it was built this way from the start. Yeah, that's such a good mystery, though. But now, they keep asking questions, man. Now, okay, you've answered the question of what the mural is, right? It's words. And now we are asking the question of who in this town knows how to read, and who in this town evolved it into not knowing how to read. Fuck. And is it the headmaster? That wouldn't make any sense. That would mean he's like over 100 years old. After all, illiterate folks might be able to create amazing works of art, but they can't build buildings or complex machinery. The city itself couldn't have been built without a written system of some sort. But the kids growing up in complete isolation were not taught how to read or write.
じゃあシュウはこの模様から言葉の意味がわかるの？
Yes, that's what's known as reading. I then proceed to read out the writing in front of us. December 25th. The apocalypse comes to destroy this town. Run. Well, that's one line. And then open the door to the world. Oh, that's
なんで片言なの？
That's not what it said. It's open the door to the center of the world, dummy. The characters are a mess, honestly. If I polish it up a bit. The apocalypse will destroy this town on the 25th of December. Get out now. Open the door to the center of the world. That's what it said. That's it.
アポカリプスって101年前の？どういうこと？世界の中央って？
Okay. No. Oh my god. This was not written by someone who was fluent in writing Japanese. This was written by someone who learned how to write in Japanese. Fuck, man. It could still be Sakuya, right? Because the headmaster could be from the outside world and could have taught Sakuya how to write in the fucking own. I hate this. I hate this. Fuck you. Fuck this game. Fuck you for making me think so much. You're meant to be visual. You're meant to be a visual novel. You're not meant to make me think so hard. You're only meant to make me hard. That's why you're showing Yune's panties. I'm just reading what's written here. For example, this character here is the symbol for A in Apocalypse. That's simple enough. That's not. No, that symbol is more than just A in the word Apocalypse. I'm not sure what they mean by the center of the world, though.
どれも同じような模様に見えるけど、外じゃそれが常識なの？
Yes, pretty much everyone can. I'm pretty confident in that fact. Despite my memory loss and having no contact with any written words during my time here, being able to read and write is something so common, it goes without saying. It personally seems almost impossible for someone like Yune to be both fluent and eloquent while remaining illiterate. Although that brings a question to my mind. Who wrote this? That's what I've been asking. I know for a fact that there are no written symbols in town. But if no one can write, then this piece of graffiti contradicts that fact. Mr. Lily always being in such a hurry to erase this means she probably understands it. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How many of the teachers are from the outside world? Right? She wouldn't need to destroy it if she wrote it, eliminating her as a suspect. On top of that, whoever wrote this clearly knows about the coming of the apocalypse, creating the existence of a double irregularity. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it can't be Sakuya, because even if she learnt kanji, she knows that she knows no one else can read it. Right? So then it can't be her, even if she learnt how to write kanji and Japanese. But then who knows how to write it, uses that in murals, knowing that no one can read it? Maybe they don't know no one can read it, right? And that's why they're still doing it for like this 8th time. That would eliminate everyone who's lived in this town, which means that it would only be the teachers. But the teachers should also know that the students can't read. What the fuck is this paradoxical... Why is this the mural? Right? God damn it. More importantly, why even bother to write this at all? No one in the town can read. Using a communication method no one can understand is pointless. That's what I've been saying. Well, that's what I'm saying now. I was saying that a few sentences ago. There's one possibility. Is the message aimed at anyone who can read it? But then, who other than Shuk and the teachers can read it? Or simply waiting for the right person to find it? That this graffiti incident has been repeated so many times seems to be pointed to the latter in terms of an explanation. Perhaps the person who left this message has yet to achieve their goal. I also have no idea what "open the door to the center of the world" could possibly mean. It sounds like some sort of coded message, but other than that, I'm clueless. And the way these words are written, it might be partly due to the wall not being a completely even surface, but the character order is also a mess, which means that it can't be someone who's fluent in writing Japanese. It's hard for me to tell if the disordered writing was done on purpose, making it harder to decipher, or the original artist wasn't sure of the correct order themselves. Yeah. So it can't be someone who's fluent in Japanese, but it also can't be someone who doesn't. It can't also be someone who knows. Well, okay. How to write individual letters and in what order to form a word is not something you create yourself. Okay. The muralist is Rinka. I can't think of anyone else. Right? I don't remember seeing any sort of writing here in town, but there must be an anomaly somewhere. If the town was built to be wordless, then whoever's in charge would be whatever it took, would do whatever it took to keep it that way. Wait a minute. God damn it. Hang on. Okay, there you go. Makes it easy for me to censor. Ava Prima Pandora isn't the title written in English. Ava Prima Pandora isn't the title written in English letters on the painting itself. None of the art pieces or paintings here, none of the art pieces or paintings have titles. Only that piece included writing in it. This is like the most important piece of art in this game, and I have to censor the titties because YouTube is gonna crack down on me if I don't. Given how art is so highly valued in this town, they wouldn't deface a painting even to preserve the town's philosophy. Alright, now I can put you back. It was probably seen as part of the painting. Similar to how everyone in town keeps referring to the graffiti writing as murals. It's impossible for them to see the writing as anything more than an aspect of the painting. Even I did. They were pretty thorough, so I have to be more so to get to the bottom of this. My thoughts are spinning faster than they ever have been. Me too. This is a clue, an undeniable important one. undeniably important one. And whoever left this clearly man-made clue is an outsider here. Figure it out, Shu. What does it mean? What do these words mean? But that's the thing, though. It is not fluently written, so it can't just be an outsider. It also has to be someone who was taught by an outsider. Right? Or is that just a red herring that's coming out? Or am I just speaking out of my ass and I'm not understanding this correctly, right? You know, have you seen these kinds of characters written anywhere else? Yeah, think of them as paintings, right? Think of them as pictures. You mentioned having once seen a similar pattern somewhere else before. It's very possible there might be more hidden sentences somewhere that I just never managed to find before. Which reminds me.
おや？なんだこれ？
That's why there aren't any fucking books in this town, because no one could read them. Did you find something?
なんかよくわかんねえけど、聖書みたいなんがいっぱいある。
Actually, the more important thing is how does Kyrie know what a Bible is, right? Because, like, sure, you can think of the Bible as like a thick-ass book, but, like, you don't know it's a Bible until you read that it says Bible on it. Bibles? Why would there be a bunch of them?
全部聖書じゃねえかな、これ。棚いっぱいに敷き詰められて。
At the time, Kyrie had referred to what she found as Bibles. But it was far too dark for her to see them clearly. Maybe they weren't Bibles. Maybe they were just... Yeah, right? It was either Kyrie knows what a Bible is and can read that it says Bible, which means that she's the only character who can read, or she just referred to the books as Bibles because that's how she was taught what a book was. I guess. A much simpler word. Books. I don't know that word. I can't read. Just like the characters in this game, I don't know how to read. I only read visual novels. The only type of bound reading material that folks here have ever seen are Bibles. Plus, only faculty have access to them. It makes sense considering no one could read them. Yes! This is... Yeah, so does that mean that all of the teachers are outsiders, right? This is the only explanation. Other than Sister Lily, we haven't come across any of the other teachers, right? So I guess theoretically, none of the other teachers needed to know how to read. But the fact that Shu is an outsider who was meant to be a teacher implies that all of the other teachers could also be outsiders. And the only reason you would need outsiders is so that they could read the Bible. Right? Am I cooked? This is like the only line of thinking I can go down. She probably called them Bibles because she didn't have the word book in her lexicon. Similar to how I know the word as merry-go-round. They call it a giostra. Is that French or Italian? I don't remember. You can have different words for the same object. This is quite a breakthrough. Revelation. These murals are far more important than I realized. And those books hidden away in the basement. The plot thickens, let's just say. It's just that my brain is melting. Just thinking of all of the questions that have been posed. Right? Like, now that I'm thinking that all of the teachers are also outsiders, why are they outsiders? Right? Do you really need the teachers to Do you really need the teachers to be outsiders? Yes, if you need them to read. But why do you need them to read the Bible? Right? The following day in the evening. 11:55 p.m. Almost time. It's long past curfew, and most students are sound asleep in their beds. I've been quietly waiting for this moment all day. I quietly sneak to the entrance and peer around. That's when I spy the person I'd been waiting for slipping out the front door. I gotta follow her. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Today's the day Kyrie heads out to expand her infamous Tunnel of Babel. Kyrie's help is essential toward not only discovering the underground passage, but also finding the mysterious basement room. I sneak up behind her just like before, thus surprising her into confessing everything to me. Then,
ほら、これがバベルタワーの本体だ。
I can just Shu sneaks up quietly to Kyrie, and right before he gets to her, he's like, and she turns around so scared, she just spills the beads on everything that she's doing. I'm so insistent that she finally reveals the tunnel to me, albeit with a look of annoyance.
ったく、隠してたのに見つけやがって。
I just thought it was a really big hole, honestly.
いいや、私はシュウを信用してみせたんだからな。この秘密を共有したからには手伝ってもらうぜ。
Naturally. I bring out 2 shovels.
なんでそんな用意がいいんじゃい
I just call it a hunch, you know. To dig the hole with.
なんか怪しいんだよな。
Regardless, we get to work digging the hole. Imagine he also just has a broker with him.
岩かこれ。どうすっかな。
Nah, don't. Use one of your bombs to blast it apart, so we can keep digging.
シュウからそんな提案されるとは思わなかったぜ。
To tell you the truth, there's a hidden underground passage past that rock.
え
And along that path lies a secret room, and that's where I want to go.
秘密の地下道。秘密の小部屋
There's no point lying now, so I tell her the truth, though it makes me sound even shadier. Just when I start to worry.
マジかよロマンの塊じゃねえか
I mean, like, it technically was in her route, but not anymore. Not this time. She's so pure and innocent. My plan worked.
秘密基地っていくつになってもワクワクするよな。じゃ、明日にでもドカンとやろう。
She's completely on board.
にしても、シュウってたまに全部知ってるようなこと言うよな。預言者みて。
I wouldn't say everything.
記憶喪失なのに未来のことはわかるとか、変なやつだな。
She laughs it off, instantly dispersing the sudden awkwardness between us. Although I quickly realize she's just being nice.
言えねえ事情とかあるのはしょうがねえけどよ。私もことねえも、シュウのことは信用してるからさ。昨夜のこと話してる時のシュウはマジだし、絶対いいやつだって私も知ってるから。辛かったら無理して隠したりしなくてもいいんだぜ。 私だって週にたくさん迷惑かけてんだし。
Kyrie. My vision suddenly grows blurry with tears. There's no way Kyrie will believe any of my excuses, no matter how innocent she appears. Thank you. I still can't talk about it yet, but I'll be able to soon. So until then, please just trust me.
わかった。
No other words are necessary. We're both at peace together, conscientious of each other's feelings. But I know that from here on out, Carrier will be far more open and accepting. She really is too good for the likes of me. Yeah, but like, you dated her in one route. The time I spent reliving the same time period didn't go to waste. I know, because of the priceless friendship we've cultivated together every single time. Man, I thought Shu would have just pulled out one of his I wish Shu just pulled out a Brooker and was like, "Oh, I just have this in the back of my pocket for some reason." The next day, after deciding to wait to sneak into the underground passage on Saturday, I decided to spend my day off doing what I can. In this case, that means putting into action certain plans I've been formulating.
驚いたな。アポカリプスというのは確かに聞いていたけど、シュウ君がどうしてそこまで。
First, I turned to Kotaha for help. If I'm going to stop the apocalypse this time around, I need to make sure she's on my side. We have until Christmas. I'll keep doing what I can, which is why I need you. Her answer to my request is simple.
わかった。これは凛花のためにも私がやらなくちゃいけないことだから。
I don't think she's dead. She just disappeared. $15.12. Okay. Let's go, Kyrie.
おう。
It's late at night. We should have more than enough time to sneak in and out without anyone noticing.
なんだここは。
Having already blasted our way in yesterday, we easily got down into the underground passage just like last time. We're immediately greeted by a chill that only comes from being underground. The sound of running water echoing in the dark silence. There's a feeling in the air that sets it noticeably aside from the world above ground. Right. Take us toward the Aurora. I'm pretty sure it leads straight out of town.
思う。
I haven't gone that way before, but it makes sense geographically.
ここちょっと歩いたらオーロラ出られんのか。
Kyrie seems both surprised and excited to stumble so suddenly on a path leading straight out of hell, or at least past the Aurora.
じゃあ早速。
Wait, we're going this way. We're going this way. I point to the left.
そっちはオーロラの逆ってことは街の真ん中だよな。
If we keep walking this way, we'll get to that secret hideout I mentioned. Which one is she more excited for? In her eyes, getting past the Aurora and finding the secret hideout are both equally exciting. Oh, okay. Thanks for answering. I'm glad her ethos deviated slightly from the majority of folks here.
ちゃんと懐中電灯も持ってきたしな。
Thanks. Let's go. And so we walk down the path for 20 minutes. Here we are. There it is. Door. It's the lock I've seen many times before. Same biometric setup we use on all our doors of the dorm. And I know the password. You brought a recording of Sister Lily's voice, right?
言われた通り持ってきたぜ。ほれ。
The fingerprints are out, but we should be able to get in using her voice. I propose a method that she tried in the past, where we play back a recording of Sister Lily's voice to get the door to unlock. Yeah, but like, it didn't work in Kotaha's route. So like, would it really work now?
聖アレイヤ学院の敷地全域の地下にあるのが美術回廊です。
We might not be able to use the same method twice, but once should be fine. Once is all we need. And then I can finally see what secrets are hidden in...
あれ
Adu? What? However, instead of letting us in, all it does is return a cold robotic error noise. That's what I'm saying. It worked once, but then it didn't work the second time. So why would it work the third time? I'm thinking maybe the system didn't hear the sound clip clearly. We try once more.
聖アレイヤ学院の敷地
I don't need to hear this.
ダメだぜ、シュウ。
I didn't need to hear it again. I mean, I love Sister Lily's voice, but like, I've already heard that same clip 3 times. But why? It doesn't make sense. We got in just fine this way last time. Actually, we didn't. Take it back, we ran into similar problems once. Fucking... Did she not speak? Hang on. Oh, she did. What's that sound? We hear a mechanical buzzing sound that's clearly not natural. It cuts off after a moment, replaced by a human voice.
裏道はもう使えませんよ、先輩。
There she is! Ah, I knew she'd be behind the fucking door. After we stand there in shock, a voice echoes around us. It belongs to none other than Sakuya.
うわ、サクヤ！おい、その声どっから出してんだ？出てこーい！嫌です。
Sakuya? Is that really you? There's no way we could have misheard that voice. It's 100% her. We can't see her, but it's clear she's inside the room. Her voice coming through some kind of intercom system.
サクヤ、てめえ！学校サボってんじゃねえぞ！羨ましいじゃねえか、この野郎！あとついでにここ開けろ、ここ！
Okay, at least Kyrie realized that she was behind the door.
どっちも嫌です。相変わらずですね、キリエ先輩は。
Don't fucking blare, that's too cute.
いつも変わらない。賑やかな人。
The same as always. When she uses the word always, she doesn't just mean it as an expression of her character. It's a way of saying how Kyrie has never changed as a person, no matter how many timelines she's lived through. Sakuya, there's so many things I want to talk to you about. Yeah, I need some answers, bitch.
先輩の言うことを聞く耳は持ちません。ただ最後の通告です。ここにはもう入れませんし、私も開けるつもりはありません。そこにいても無駄ですよ。
Does that mean you're the real owner of that room?
お答えしません。
The answer is no. The intercom is still on, but Sakuya clearly doesn't want to continue this conversation. Kyrie's loud voice echoes out from next to me.
おい、サクヤ！私は詳しく知らねえけどよ。シュウはサクヤのこと探して外から来たんだっつってたぞ。 顔くらい見せてやれって。
嫌なものは嫌です。だいたい何がサンタなんですか？バカじゃないんですか？
Yeah, see, she's been watching Shu this entire time through the fucking control room. So you know about that. Despite her marked absence at school, she knew I'd been referring to myself as Santa. Her insults make me realize she's been watching me this whole time, and my heart skips a beat.
とにもかくにもですね、先輩方のいる裏道はもう使えないのです。私は確かにその扉の先にいますが、出ていくつもりもありません。
Yeah, but like, see, that's the thing. This is the back way. Where's the front way that Rinka found and now Sakuya is in?
しょうがねえ。なら
やめてください。そんなことをすれば天井が崩れてきて、お二人とも生き埋めですよ。
まだ何も言ってねえのに。
キリエ先輩の言いそうなことなんて丸分かりです。どうせ爆薬でも使おうとしたんでしょう。
Here and there, I picked up traces of tired resignation in Sakuya's voice, like she's made up her mind and won't budge or be talked down. She has no intention of letting us in or leaving the room herself. Sakuya, would you answer one question? What do you mean? What do we mean to you? I asked, hoping to extend our conversation even just a little longer. Does she want to wipe us out, driving us toward death? Or does she want to save us? I need to know how she truly feels.
呆れました。今さら言うことがそれですか？
Well, actually, it's the complete opposite, but sure. However, her answer is neither of those, as she heaves an even stronger sigh of resignation.
もういいです。好きにしてください。私は今回何もしませんから。どうして先輩は。
Wait, Sakuya, please. Ah, Jesus! A loud cackle of static echoes out as she cuts the intercom connection. Kyrie and I are left standing speechless on our side of the door.
昨夜のやつこの中にいるっつってたな。やっぱ隠れてたのか、あのサボり豆。
Sakuya, who we looked for, but could never find, is here. It's exactly the kind of clue I've been hoping for this whole time, but there appears to be an unprecedented rift between us. Well, yeah, if you think about it in her head, right? Okay, you've got Sakuya, who's been destroying this town every fucking time loop, right? And now Shu's finally figured out that Sakuya is the one who's been destroying this town. And has been also erasing his memories of the outside world. Would you not, under those normal circumstances, think that the person you've been drugging this whole time, and also have been destroying this town, resent you, right? It makes sense. To an extent, right? That's why she ran away. That's why she's hiding. That's why she thinks he resents him. In reality, that's not the case, but, like, you can see the line of logic that she went down. Especially since she's a yandere.
呆れました。今さら言うことがそれですか？もういいです。好きにしてください。私は今回何もしませんから。どうして先輩は。
Sakuya. Her final words to me spat angrily through a door, loop endlessly in my mind. Long after we climbed out of the underground passage, I still can't make sense of what happened. You won't do anything to stop us, huh? The implication of those words is obvious. She's giving up on our cat and mouse game we've been playing this whole time. She's made it clear that she'll no longer meddle in our affairs this month.
私の調べによると、二人は土曜日、商店街を練り歩き屋台で観音炉を購入。その後ギャラリーまで向かったとのことですが。
You got the whole thing from beginning to end. I scratched the back of my head in frustration. Saku's been watching me constantly across every timeline in order to get in my way. But for whatever reason, she doesn't want to see me this time around. Because she doesn't want to see the look on your face. The look of resentment on your face. Right? She's a yandere. So she doesn't want you to hate her. But in her defense, at least she isn't trying to kill everyone. Alright? That's the the best yandere is the obsessive type that doesn't want to kill everyone. That's what I'm assuming, given her behavior. That's why she retreated to her underground hidey hole, so none of us could see her. Still, but like, the next question is, how did she get there? Yeah, how did she get there?
先輩の言うことを聞く耳は持ちません。ただ最後の通告です。ここにはもう入れませんし、私も開けるつもりはありません。そこにいても無駄ですよ。
She said she wasn't interested in what we had to say, but she still reached out to us to give us a warning. Deep down, it didn't sound at all like she wanted us to leave her alone. I more so got the impression that she felt obligated to push us away. Plus, she knew I've been calling myself Santa Claus at school. Well, yeah, she's still obsessed with you. That's never happened in any previous timelines. In fact, it was my means of covering up my real connection to Sakuya. Having been absent from school since I arrived, there's no way she could know that. So the fact that she knows about it means she must have access to some kind of information network. I forgot all about the graffiti. What exactly is her situation? And how much does she know? I mean, her information network could be the teachers, I guess. She's relived the same exact loop I have but far more times, and from a starting point much further back. She's the impetus for the apocalypse. Those are facts. Honestly, I can't really see anything past them right now. Sakuya, who once seemed so close to me, feels as unattainable as a shadow in a dense fog. I doubt she'll give me any real answers. She will, at the end of the game, though. The time passes as I get increasingly worked up. As I try to wrap my head around everything that happened, I notice someone approaching.
Yahoo!
Hey, Yune. What's up?
昨日からシュウの元気ないなーって思って探しちゃった。あと、キリエの様子もなんかプンプンしてた。
Yeah, probably because of our chat with Sakuya yesterday.
そっか、サクヤとね。どこで？
Under the town? There was no way I could keep it a secret from her. Even I can't keep up with how things are progressing, but I briefly tell her what happened yesterday.
じゃあ、 も無事で、
Yeah.
その地下の部屋ってところにいるの？なんで？
Good question. I don't know either. But I want to know. I want to talk to her face to face about everything. But Sakuya doesn't want any part of that.
これ前にも聞いたけど、昨夜はシュウとどういう関係なの？シュウは昨夜を探すために外から来たって言ってたけど、正直あんまり信じられなくて。
Okay. Surely, since he told Yune about where Sakuya is, surely he will tell Yune about his first actual interaction with Sakuya, chronologically, that is. I really am looking for Sakuya, and it's true that I came from the outside world. It's just that those two facts aren't related.
それとシュウは本当に記憶がないの？
That part is definitely true.
本当？シュウ、私の部屋で起きた時のこと覚えてる？
November 28th. How could I forget?
私はさ、その時シュウにオーロラのこととか学校のこととか教えたと思うんだけど。
You did?
でもシュウは起きた時からここが町だって知ってたよね。この町に覚えがないってシュウは言ってた。この町っていうのを知ってるものみたいに。よく考えたら部屋の中にいたシュウがどうしてここを町だって知ってたの？オーロラの外は町だけじゃないんだよね。
Uh-oh. Looks like I made a mistake. Apparently, I'd called this place a town before it had been formally introduced to me. Yune,
うん。
what I'm about to tell you is the honest truth. It's the reason why I've been so vague about everything. So, also, more importantly, it involves you.
私？
Yeah, that's right. The reason why I'm here, and the ties that bind me to Sakuya, none of it would be possible without you. Yune seems noticeably confused by my statement, probably since she feels completely disconnected from what's happening. However, recognizing the serious look in my eyes, she tightly purses her lips.
わかった。最後まで聞く。
Thank you. I needed to remember that night 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago? That... there were a lot more nights in between then. When we found those apples.
リンゴ。ああ、あれ。そういえば。
You see, they gave us the ability to turn back time. They were miracle apples. After hearing everything, she remains quiet for a moment, her expression devoid of emotion. There have been a few times where I revealed bits and pieces of what was going on, but this is the first time I've told her everything. The original Yune knows far more about these apples and how they work than I do. So it's not that she doesn't know about them, it's that she's forgotten. The first time I jumped back, I planned on having a strategy meeting with you, just like this, but then I realized you didn't remember anything. So until now, I've had to do everything basically on my own, although we've stayed together, the two of us, We've stayed together, the two of us, this whole time. My mind flashes to Yune alone in that art gallery, sobbing about how much she missed me every time I returned from yet another failed attempt. She's never blamed me, even once, for my repeated failures. She just looked me straight in the eye and helped me come up with new plans. It's like a real-life three-legged race. We've been supporting each other all along. That's why you need to believe me, Yune. What the fuck? Her sudden cry startles me, but I know this reaction very well.
寂しかったよ
Huh? Wait, hold on. Does that mean you're actually Yune? What do you mean? She's been Yune this whole time. She's just different Yune. There's just a different Yune.
そうシュウが今話してくれたことも全部わかった
So you remember?
あれなんでだろう
He's the most excited between us. Which makes sense considering the number of times I've tried explaining this situation to Yune and being met with a brick wall. I didn't really do anything that special this time, though.
待ってね私はさっきまであそこにいてシュウの帰りを待ってていや帰ってきちゃダメなんだからシュウの成功を祈ってて今までに11回も失敗しちゃったから今度はシュウを12月2日より前に巻き戻すために頑張って
Yune?
私
Yune? Yune? Yune! And then game over screen. "17th. Was it? Like 6 more days until the apocalypse? Knock knock.
いらしかって
Are you okay? Don't try to do more than you can.
全然平気だよこれはあっちにいた頃からだもん
The surge of forgotten memories caused her to pass out, and she stayed out for an entire day. Having calmed down somewhat, she is currently out of bed, sitting normally. As far as I can tell, she didn't suffer any negative effects.
オッケー大丈夫バッチ思い出した
As she massages her temples, it's like her firm statement is meant to reassure herself.
うん平気私あっちにいた時のことも全部覚えてる
Oof. I'm really relieved to hear that. It seems like Yune is finally back to her old self. The Yune that existed in that subspace of reality has somehow merged into this Yune. Yeah, somehow. Both versions of Yune have combined to form one, basically. I'm pretty sure it's a good thing. Now I don't have to worry about what will happen to her if things actually go right for a change. I'm not sure what triggers her memories this time around, but if everything works out, then great. Although it'll be a mess if she manages to forget everything again.
これで12回目だよね
Yeah, I'm sorry I failed so many times.
いいよ、おかげで今回はちゃんと。
Her words trail off as she drops her gaze.
ちゃんと話し合う相手が分かったんだから。
Yeah. Both our minds turn to Sakuya, a mutual and close friend of ours. There's still a lot I don't understand about her, but I know beyond a doubt that she doesn't hate us, doesn't hate either of us.
それはシュウが話した時の印象？
Yeah.
そっか。でもそうだよね。咲夜があんなことするわけないし。
Neither Yune nor I are capable of having a completely objective viewpoint. Despite the glaring evidence, we've gone through whatever mental gymnastics necessary to shift the blame from Sakuya herself, believing human nature is fundamentally good. Though I'm aware of how naive we are.
今回は何もしないってことは、咲夜もシュウの邪魔をしないってこと？ならいいのかな。
I have no clue. It didn't sound like she was lying, but I still have no idea what she wants. Under normal circumstances, I'd be grateful that she's stepping back this time. So then, why stay in that room? If she refuses to come out, then there's clearly a reason.
でも私の変装してる咲夜なんて笑うところじゃないんだろうけど、おかしいな。ちょっと見てみたかったかも。
It was pretty obvious this time, but originally, I just met both of you, and I was worn out.
あとそれとさ、シュウの言うことを考えたら、咲夜とセットでもう一人リンゴを食べた人がいるってこと？
Yes, that is what Dexter told. That is what Dexter brought up with me. It's such an obvious question. Why didn't I think of it before? Our misuse of the word enemy to describe Sakuya led us to believe her existence was nothing more than an anomaly. But actually, Sakuya is traveling through time the same way we are, following the exact same rules.
セーブポイントだっけ？咲夜が私より前からやり直しができるなら、そこで青リンゴを食べた可能性は高くて。
Of course, Yune would be the one to point out something so obvious that I overlooked. Until now, she's only been able to help me process everything process each loop after the fact. And I'm so grateful she's finally with me in person.
シュウにとっての私みたいに、咲夜じゃない誰かが赤リンゴを食べたのかも。
In other words, they're the complete opposite of us. Literally our enemies. To us. You know, whose apple gave her the ability to turn back time, and myself, whose apple let me relive it. We have shared this mutual relationship over the course of 11 time loops, which Yune started. Sakuya's ability is similar to mine, reliving each time loop, with all her memories intact, seems similar to mine. We can safely assume she also ate the green apple. In fact, she probably found her miracle apple on the same day we did, the start of Advent. And if that's true, then it wouldn't be that far-fetched to assume she was also with someone else who ate the red apple. And going off that theory, it also makes sense that this mystery person would want the same thing Sakuya does, just like Yune and me.
咲夜の他にもう一人か。どうだろう。
it's possible. But if they're the same as us, then that would mean this mystery person has the ability to reset time just like you. I guess I'm not the only Anna from that time travel movie in this scenario. And this time, the Anna is actually a girl. Not once did I even consider that possibility. Assuming they're working from the same conditions, someone's been reloading their loop from a pre-specified save point a year before we did. She told me herself how her save point is the start of last year's Advent, meaning the apple of life and wisdom are both inextricably tied to the season. But if that's true, then they probably go to our school. Yeah, but that's the thing though. If the other person who ate the red apple still exists in this town, then why does Sakuya need to use Yune to send her back? Right? Because like you could make the argument of, oh, Sakuya needs both people, right? But then how was Sakuya able to go back in time the first time before Yune was able to use her time travel powers? Something like that, right?
どうして？
Sakuya mentioned she knew about me posing as Santa Claus. She'd have no way of knowing that since she's been absent this whole time.
なるほど。でも今にして思うとよく本当にサンタを名乗ったね、シュウ。
Yeah, but the problem is that people believed it. Oh, I did. You're the one who came up with that idea, though.
そりゃ私は覚えてなかったし、しょうがないっていうか。
Up until now, I've followed every one of her suggestions, from changing my personality to going full profit. Yeah, but that only happened in the side routes. Meanwhile, Yune's on the floor laughing over the fact that I took each of her suggestions to heart.
いやどうせならもっと面白い作戦を提案しとけばよかったな。
And this is why Yune is so cute. I didn't put myself out there for the chuckles.
でも確かにあれはシュウが朝礼の時に言ったことだもんね。チャペルに咲夜はいなかったし。
That could be a huge clue. There's someone at our school who's feeding Sakuya information. Yeah, and it has to be a teacher. But who could it possibly be? An all too familiar question pops up once again.
もしかしたらその人がアポカリプスの実行犯なのかも。
A guess holds a lot of weight. It's easy for us to make that leap considering the situation, plus our emotional attachment. The two of us are strongest together, strong enough to change the tides of fate.
だね。じゃないと頑張ってお祈りした意味がなくなっちゃう。
We have 1 week left. May all of our past efforts not be in vain. This time, we'll have ourselves a Christmas for the history books, never to be repeated ever again. And a great culture festival too.
そうね。
Yune, you're cutting that again.
あれ
What the fuck?
これで大丈夫かな。
She's still having voice problems. She played it off as a short-term symptom from being in that subspace for so long.
風も引っ張ってきちゃったのかな。
Could it really be a cold? You've never been sick in any other timeline before.
でもほら同じ日付でもちょっと変わったりするから。そういえば私昨日湯冷めしちゃってたかも。
Now they're bringing up this side effect shit, which means that the other person would have worse side effects because they've been doing this for longer. Really? Yune falls silent for a moment. I wonder if she really knows what's going on. Is there a hospital in town? It might be a good idea to see a doctor.
大丈夫だよ、本当に。見てもらうほどじゃないって。
I swear I heard about a big hospital just outside the center of town. It seems to be the only hospital here, but there's a dentist and an ear, nose and throat specialist.
でも、文化祭成功しなくちゃだから、なるべく今日は早く寝よっかな。
Yeah, I want to share the most magical Christmas with you, Yune.
Sure.
Damn. Did I say something weird? He looks at me with an expression I've never really seen before.
これまでごめんね。何度も何度も辛い思いさせちゃって。
It's not a big deal. I feel bad that I left you alone for so long, so many times. 11 redos equals about 10 months. Yune was alone in that subspace for all that time. I won't leave you by yourself ever again. I want you to be able to count on me for anything.
はーい。にしても、シューって本当なんでもない。
I never understood why she laughed, and she never told me.